TLDR, boyfriend, 28 meters, and I met when I was still a med student. Now that I'm an MD, he won't stop making remarks about how much money I have, to the point that I'm questioning the future of this relationship. So, I, 30F, met my boyfriend, 28 meters, a school teacher 6 years ago, when I was still a med student. He helped me during the difficult years of my residency, and we had what I thought was solid relationship. We have similar interests in movies, music, boarding games. We had some arguments, but they were always resolved through talking. We always have fun together. Now that I finally finished residency and landed a solid job with good pay, we even started looking for a place to move together. The thing is, now that I finally feel like we can start truly enjoying things with a more stable financial situation, and with me having more free time, he seems to resent me. I don't really understand. It started innocent enough, with him making slight remarks about me now being a fancy doctor when I bought some new, more better quality and professional clothes. But now the remarks never seems to stop. We went to a holiday together. I booked a better hotel room than usually, because I now can afford one, and was very excited about. He told me I was showing off my new doctor money. I paid for his entrance ticket to a concert to a band we both like. He told me he would prefer we had went to a local bar. I pay for dinner at a restaurant we always talked about trying in the future. He complains about the size of the portions. Yesterday, I gave him a new shirt. He told me, of course, now I have to be better dresses to be with you. I told him this phrase hurt me, and he told me he was just joking. To which I said that jokes were supposed to be funny and not hurtful, and he accused me of being too sensitive. I left short after because he refused to talk more about it. I simply do not understand this man. I pay these things for him because I wanted to enjoy them with him, and since I can afford them and he can't, it seemed obvious that I could just pay his part. Gift giving is one of my love languages, especially if this gift is an experience we can have together. When we started our relationship, it was clear I would earn more than him someday, me being a, at the time, future MD and school teachers having profoundly unfair, low salaries. He even talked about being a stay-at-home dad. I'm profoundly confused by his current behavior. It seems clear that he resents me and refuses to talk about it. At the same time, we've been together for 6 years. I love him dearly, and I'm hoping it's just a phase. Any advice on how to deal with this? I make more than my husband, 3x more, and he has never made a comment besides joking that I'm his sugar mama. A real partner is not intimidated by how much you make. Point blank. At the start of our relationship I made significantly more than my spouse by several multipliers. I gave no shits and neither did he. One of us was very likely to earn more. It happened to be me. When we bought our house, his sweet VA benefit got us our loan. I sure couldn't do that. We would have been in PMI City. In any event, it only matters if one or both people thinks it does. After a certain number, ages the same way. I mean, the fact that you told him that this bothered you, and that he just dismissed that and called you sensitive, is pretty worrying. I don't think you're going to solve this between just the two of you. Marriage counseling might help get to the root of why he is acting like this. Based on how Op describes the conversations they had earlier in the relationship, it's clear he wasn't expecting to resent her making more money, and he may not even have admitted to himself now that that's what's going on. Counseling. What was he expecting? Teachers notoriously make low incomes. If he was to date or get in a relationship with any career-focused women, then chances are we would out-earn him regardless. I make much more than my partner, but we pool our money together and look at things as how much the household is earning. He has some insecurity issues. Right? I'm sitting here like, unless he only plans on dating people who make barely above minimum wage for his whole life, his partner was always going to out-earn him. He should be thrilled he's found someone with such a high earning potential that he won't have to worry much financially, especially if they want kids someday. I told him this phrase hurt me. He accused me of being too sensitive. I left short after because he refused to talk more about it. This is the actual problem here. Why would you want to be with someone who doesn't listen to you when you say they've hurt you and who, instead, insists you actually are wrong and it's your own fault it hurt your feelings? Right now he is having his cake and eating it too. He is getting his S*** paid for by his cool doctor girlfriend, and he still gets to feel superior to you by making you feel shitty about yourself and your station. Obviously the solution to this is to have an honest come to Jesus talk about it, but if he's ridiculing you and shutting down your attempts to get through to him, I don't know that he's going to fix his attitude before he implodes the whole relationship. Right now he is having his cake and eating it too. He is getting his S*** paid for by his cool doctor girlfriend, and he still gets to feel superior to you by making you feel shitty about yourself and your station. For sure. And he won't be the one to end the relationship, otherwise he'll lose his ATM. When my ex-wife earned more than me, I was proud of her. I never saw my value as a person, spouse, or man being tied to my income. Did your wife pay more for things? I make 47k and my partner of 4 months makes 110k, soon to be 130k, and we split things. He wants to split everything 50/50, dates, groceries, gas etc, and I'm upset. Am I being greedy, or is this wrong? There's the perception that your spouse is going to be a successful doctor, and then there's the reality that your spouse is more successful than you. And many men have a perception that comes from the head and aren't prepared for a whole lot of family or cultural programming. And then since they can't explain the discomfort, they attack what seems to be the problem. Counseling could probably solve it, but he needs to be willing. And his disregarding your discomfort is a bad sign. Until he starts caring about your comfort instead of his, he's going to trigger each time you provide or purchase something he couldn't provide and be a passive-aggressive asshole. He's constantly needling you till you tell him it hurts you. Then he tries to switch it around by telling you you're just being too sensitive. That right there is why you're rightfully questioning the future of this whole deal. How long is he going to be a wet blanket about this? Forever? My wife always made more than me when I was able to work. I didn't care in the least. I call her my sugar mama. Being I'm bipolar, she has control over our finances. I don't care in the least. I have a limit to what I can buy on my own, 50.00 or more. We talk. Still don't have any issues. Marriage is a partnership. Why are you making this about money when the real problem is that he doesn't respect you? I didn't look at this from this perspective. At the moment, all I can think is that a man that was with me through my bad days seems to resent me during my good days. I don't know why. NTA. He's jealous and resentful of your success. If he can't be your cheerleader and true partner, why are you still with him? He doesn't respect you. Does he even like you? It seems like he's just barely tolerating you for the perks you bring. See if he will go to counseling with you. Otherwise this relationship in its current state will not last. You need someone who's happy to see you happy and celebrate your successes. He isn't doing this. He is taking his insecurities out on you. Either he can get professional help or you dump him. You don't deserve this just because all of your studying and work is finally paying off. Negging is a way to keep you from thinking you deserve better than him. Your home and relationship should be your soft spot to land. He is taking away your peace. He can get help because there is zero reason for both of you to stay in a miserable relationship moving forward. People saying crude remarks and then calling it a joke when you confront them has always been a red flag to me. This just sounds like a man who is not ready to be emasculated by his girlfriend earning more than him. He is insecure and in a way desperately wants you to know by making rude remarks not worth it to me. He doesn't seem self-aware enough to let it go and try to work through it. He just sounds like a grown baby. The last thing I'd want to hear when showing my love to someone is just their negativity about how well off you are. It's such an asshole thing to do. I think it's up to you though to determine if this is someone you can handle long term. Personally, the fact that he does not apologize for saying jokes, even if they disturb you, is a big no. A respectful partner would put your feelings before theirs, especially after being so petty. I'd say don't settle. His insecurities are boiling over. Unfortunately, he's jealous. You're probably going to have to walk away from this one and probably date within your tax bracket moving forward. Some dudes can't handle when a woman has success and she's not even flexing on him. Sounds like you just wanted to share your blessings with him. When someone starts out earning the other in a relationship, it almost always causes a change in the power dynamics in the relationship. This sounds like he liked providing and supporting you, but he doesn't like the idea of being supported or provided for. Maybe use talking points where you acknowledge the support he gave you and that this is your way of paying him back. Perhaps he spoiled you while you didn't have much finance. Now you would like to spoil him in return. Women out earning men can be a bit of an insecurity for men, since society often gears men into thinking that a paycheck is the only value a male can provide in a relationship. Let him know the other ways that he adds value to your life and he may start feeling more comfortable. You need to put your foot down about discussing this. If he wants to lose you, then he can keep making jokes and not confronting his issues. That's on him. He probably got told he isn't a real man if he doesn't earn more as a kid, etc. I think you should get a therapist and ask a professional about this. I know this is going to come off harsh, but thank God he isn't your husband. Please, if you ever marry, get a prenup and protect your finances. When there's a wage gap this large in a relationship, some men can actually file for spousal support when divorcing. Just something to think about, since this man is a hater. Lol. Please do yourself a favor and get out 6 years, a lifetime commitment. You can always start over with someone who roots for you and is supportive of you. Wouldn't that be the advice for any relationship? Not just men do that, and the factual statement is historically women do that way more. It sounds like he's being bitter. He should just be happy for you. Not a good look. It's not a good sign for so many other things and potential circumstances. If my girlfriend started making more than me, holy fucking s*******, I would practically brag. Not like brag about her funds to random people, but I'd definitely be on a high that my lover has fucking made it in this world. Not make stupid remarks about it. Clearly, he feels inadequate and insecure. It's not excuse though. I do not understand this at all. You're a unit who makes what shouldn't matter. As a man, I don't give a who makes what. Relationships are we, not just me. I make 47k and my partner of 4 months makes 110k, soon to be 130k, and we split things. He wants to split everything 50/50, dates, groceries, gas etc, and I'm upset. Am I being greedy, or is this wrong? Talk to him and tell him all of this. I'd love to have a partner earning more than me.